saying it, but
it's
here we
crazy.
are. NFL previews. I'm Julian Gallardi.
I'm Bobby Thompson.
So we start on Thursday night. We got the Steelers and the Browns, and this is a big game for both teams. We got the Steelers sitting at 5-4 after a big win against the Rams. Browns 3-6, still clinging to slight playoff hopes with 6 losses. They're a 3-point favorite, over under 40.5 games. Who do you got tomorrow in the dog pound?
So for the dog pound, what I got is, I'll tell you this right now: the Steelers are looking good right now, especially on defense. And we just talked about Minka Fitzpatrick effect. Since he's gotten to the team, he's had 5 interceptions.
He's putting himself in conversation.
He's got 2 touchdowns. If I'm not mistaken, I think he said 2 touchdowns. He has a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. So
he's doing it all.
I'm going to tell you this: the Browns last week, they got a win. They looked okay. I'm going to tell you this right now: I'm not sold on them at all. I don't care. I'm going with the Steelers. I'm going with the Steelers to win this game. I think Mason Rudolph is going to make some plays. I think that Juju Smith-Schuster
James Conner status
is going to be. I'm told that he is day to day, so it's going to be a game time decision. I think he'll play. I really do.
Yeah,
but
we'll see.
But with that being said, I think that Juju's going to play well. James Washington showed out last week against the Dolphins. What we've been waiting for. Deontay Johnson, all the boys are playing. I'm just really, really sold on the Steelers defense. I can't stress it enough. I think they're playing very, very well. Joe Hayden's looking good. The pass rush with T.J. Watt is looking good. But Dupree, Casey Hayward, all the boys. I'm going with the Steelers to win this game. I'm going with 27-17.
I'm going to go with the dog pound again. I got a game last week, and I'll go through everything. So the Browns are going to get this dub because they need it more. The Steelers are going to be riding high after the big win. They got to travel on a short week. Division games are always tough. Kareem Hunt got involved. I think they're going to use him a little bit more. I think that running game is going to cause some problems for the Steelers. I think they'll set the tone. I think Odell will make a few big plays. He's definitely too still. And Jarvis Landry will be underneath catching all his 7-8 yard passes that he always catches. Yeah. And you know how his stat lines go, 8 catches for 60 yards. Don't be surprised if you see that.
Yep.
And I just think the Browns get it done. I could see them winning this game 23-21. I think it'll be close, but I think they'll squeak it out. I think they get a game-winning field goal.
Game-winning field goal, okay.
So we'll see if the dog pound could help me again. Although it wasn't enough help, full disclosure, Bobby was 6-7. I was 4-9. Absolutely god-awful, horrendous week for me. I'm now 5 games back on the season in week 11. And did we make a friendly wager before the season of picks? I'm trying to remember if we did.
I think we might have,
actually. I don't remember what it was.
I forgot what it was.
We're going to have to go back and play the archives.
The archives of the tapes and see what we bet. But we definitely probably did.
We had to. But anyway, that's besides the point. I think Browns set the tone and they'll win on Thursday.
See what happens.
So next up, let's see what game we want to hit. We could do Jets Redskins, but that's not that fun really. How about Cowboys Lions?
Okay, let's go. Let's do it.
So Cowboys are a 3-point favorite in Detroit. They're 5-4. Lions are 3-5-1. Over under 51.5 points. And I think Dallas will get right here. I think they have to win this football game. They're in a race with the Eagles. And I think you agree with me. The NFC East will once again only get one playoff team. It's going to be division or bust out of the NFC East, the way the wild cards are shaping up. I think the Cowboys will get it done. The Lions, especially if Stafford doesn't play, they're hapless without him, so that goes without saying, obviously. Cowboys played decently against the Vikings. Their defense was awful. Their offense played pretty well, except Zeke couldn't run the ball. I think he'll get right. I think Zeke goes for 150 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I could see that too. I think the status of Matthew Stafford, who has a fracture in his back, so I don't think he'll play. If he does, I'll be very shocked. But I agree with you. I think Dallas is going to get right this game. They really need to win big games, especially because the Eagles are breathing down their throat as well. So with this, I think that you're going to see Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper is just making plays for Dallas. He makes these plays. You see these. Did you see these catches he's making on the sideline where he's keeping his
at 150 yards?
It's crazy. That one in the end zone was amazing last week. But I will say this. Dallas's defense is horrendous. I'm sorry. I think that secondary is trash.
I thought they were a good unit, too, at one point.
They haven't been playing well. They are not playing well at all. I think this is a game that they can get right. They need to win. This is must win. Dak Prescott has to be at his best. This defense has to be at its best. Rod Marinelli, you're playing against your former team that you used to coach. Oh yeah, you made that. You didn't when you coached there. You didn't win a single game. You remember that? So, all right. Matthew Stafford's most likely not playing. Dallas is going to win this game. I'm going to go 30-16.
I'll give it 27-17. I think the Cowboys get it done pretty easily, especially if Stafford's not in there. Here's actually one of the best games of the week, and I'm sure you'll agree with this. We got the Ravens versus the Texans. This is going to be a good one.
Absolutely.
We got Watson versus Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson said he's not Watson, he's himself. I saw that quote he had in the press conference, like on me, basically. You saw the Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson bonding together. That's a coach-quarterback relationship that I wish I could have. I could see, because Gase probably don't even say shit to Darnold, honestly. He does, but you know what? Enough of Gase. So, Ravens, Harbaugh, Lamar Jackson, excellent football team. 7-2. Houston 6-3. This is two heavyweights in the AFC. Over under 50 points. Ravens are a 4-point favorite. You know what? I think they cover it. I think the Ravens get this dub 28-24. I just like what I'm seeing. It's tough to go into Baltimore and win. I don't know how the Texans plan on stopping that rushing attack. They even had RG3 out there, for Christ's sakes. They had a triple
option. They had that Heisman
mode.
package.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of the Heisman
Ingram,
package.
Jackson, and RG3.
The Heisman package is nice. I'd like to see more of that. They can make some good stuff out of that. They got Griffin throwing the ball. They could really do some interesting plays with that. We'll see if they bring that out a little bit more, but Ravens are just too good for me right now. The Texans may get Will Fuller back. That could be a big help for them.
Absolutely.
But I just think their defense is too tough in Baltimore. They're cooking right now. They know they got to keep the pressure on your boys for the 1 seed. I think they take care of business.
Yeah, so I'm going to agree with you. I think that the Ravens are a tremendous football team. I think Lamar Jackson is in a league of his own. He's tremendous. Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson are very similar. They are. They're very similar. They can make plays with their legs. They can extend the play. Both are very, very talented young quarterbacks who are going to be the face of this league for a long time. This game, I'm going to tell you what, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. But I will tell you this. What the Texans, both teams have an advantage. Here's why. They're going up against quarterbacks that are similar to what they have. So, the Ravens are preparing for Deshaun Watson, right? They're going up against Lamar Jackson every day in practice. They're prepared. Now this week, the Texans defense is going up against Deshaun Watson. They're prepared for stuff that he could do like that.
Good point.
So, here's the thing with this. I think the loss of J.J. Watt for the Texans defense is a huge loss, even though he hasn't been big in the stats. But they have to keep him in the pocket. I'm not going to stress this. It's easier said than done. I understand it. Here's the game plan. You got to keep Lamar Jackson in the pocket and do not let him make plays with his legs and extend the play. You got to set the edge. You got to contain on the defensive ends. Have to contain. I can't stress that enough. Contain. Don't let him get outside of you. Okay, here's this game. I think this game is going to be a close game. It's going to be the best game of the week, in my opinion. I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going with the Texans on this one. I'm going to go with the Texans 27-24. And I'm sorry, Deshaun Watson is going to lead them down the field for a game-winning field goal.
Oh, wow. That would really be some game. It's going to be a fun one regardless of who wins, I think. So let's just go to my team, I guess. Jets, Redskins, another toilet bowl type of situation brewing here. Jets now 2-7 off the win against the Giants. Redskins 1-8. You got Dwayne Haskins playing. This will be his second start. They're a 1.5-point favorite, which makes me sick. I can't believe we're underdogs to the Redskins. That's how bad we are. Holy shit, we suck. We fucking suck. The Redskins are a dumpster fire, and we are an underdog to the Redskins, and we were underdogs to the Giants last week. But you know what? Last week I picked against my team. I'm going to get back on my horse. And this week I will pick us to win the football game 24-13. We'll go with here. I think the Jets take care of business. I don't think Haskins will be able to do much. The secondary's bad, but our front's actually playing well, so hopefully we get some pressure on him. Le'Veon Bell, can we finally get 100 yards rushing from Bell? You know what? Fuck it. Let's go, Bell. Book it. 100 yards and a touchdown for Le'Veon.
Okay. I'm going to tell you this. Last week, you guys all know I chose the Jets, and the Jets got the victory. I think they're going to get another one this week. I think the Redskins are just a horrendous football team. They're bad offensively and defensively. They're the coaching situation. Jay Gruden got fired. Callahan, still they're not getting it done. Haskins is just not ready. The organization says it. We all know he's not ready. I expect the Jets defense and especially Jamal Adams to make a lot of plays, especially like he did against the Giants this week. I'm going to tell you this. Sam Darnold showed me something the kid could play. He was pressured a lot against the Giants. He made some plays. Get Jamison Crowder to the ball. It's obvious he's making a lot of plays. Le'Veon Bell, I expect him to have a big game. He needs a breakout game. I think this is it. So I'm going to go with the Jets winning this one. I'm going to go with 24-13.
That's what I said too. Wow, that's crazy. That's funny, but we do have some Jets stuff to talk about, and I'm going to go on a little tangent here. I got a little sideshow, if you want to call it maybe. But today, Chris Johnson made an asinine announcement that Adam Gase will be back next year. And let me just tell you how excited I am about this. This is a crock of crap, okay? I do not want Gase back with this team next year. And now I'm nervous that we're going to win a few games, maybe get to 5 or 6, maybe, God forbid, 7 or 8 wins somehow. And then we're going to keep Gase because we're convinced that he somehow found magic in the second half of the season when really it's just a horrible, easy schedule in the second half of the season. The schedule makers completely fucked us. The first 6 games were impossible, and then they make it something. And actually, the first 7, honestly, and Jacksonville's not give me either, honestly. So, and then after that, they make it easy. But guess what? After you're already 1-6, 2-7, it's too fucking late.
Yeah.
And now we're going to have all this false hope. We're definitely going to win a few games down the stretch. You know what's going to happen. Yeah. And just based on who we're playing, we have to win at least 3 more, I would think. So, we're going to be in no man's land again. I just don't trust Gase. We can't block anyone. I say it every week, and that hasn't changed. We gave up 2 sacks isn't too bad, but the Giants have no pass rush, so you got to take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
And you know what? The Redskins aren't a great test either, honestly, and we'll play the Bengals, a couple other bad teams, but Gase is not the right man for this job. I want a new coach next year, regardless of what our record is. That needs to be stated. I just don't like what I've seen. Darnold's regressed at times, although last week he finally took a step in the right direction without any turnovers, but I just don't know with this. I'm not too thrilled. What do you make of this from the outside looking in with Gase and the stats for next year?
I think that the Johnsons are just I'm not a big fan of them at all.
Neither am I.
I don't think Adam Gase. I think they're just going to give him another chance next year, and and it seems like everyone was happy about it. I don't know why, because he's just not a good head coach. I don't think he does anything. It's
just shit.
I don't like it. I think they need to change a lot of things, but that's just them. If they feel like he's the guy, then it is what it is. So whatever. But he's going to have to fix a lot of things. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we got a long off season ahead of us. I just don't want him to trade Bell, obviously. So that's what I'm really worried about, because I can see him doing some bullshit like that. And yes, it is bullshit if they trade him. So we need to fix the line. We need edge help. We need corner help. I say this every week. If you guys listen, you know. I know what the team needs. Believe me, I watch enough to know. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Just have to get that out of the way. So.